I took a brief hiatus last month, but we are back reviewing October Beauty Heroes box. I believe this is the 4th Josh Rosebrook box through Beauty Heroes. Past hero products have included the Balance shampoo and conditioner, the Active Enzyme Exfoliator, I think that was the most recent hero product, and the Nutrient Day Cream. Does that sound right? So the hero product this month is timed with a new release from Josh Rosebrook. It's called the Hydration Boost Concentrate Facial Hydrating Serum. They are calling this a non-essential must-have product. I believe it's been in development for several years now. I feel like I've seen Josh posting updates about it, and it's been a very anticipated release, I think, especially going into fall and winter skincare. Product like this is really excellent timing. And the two sidekicks in the box are a full-size bottle of the Hydrating Accelerator. If there were ever a crowd pleasing across the board, people like a product, I feel like it would be this. I actually already have a full-size bottle that I'm working through in my bathroom. I feel like I always have this around. You kind of can't go wrong with it. And then a 22 milliliter jar of the Vital Balm Cream. The Hydration Boost Concentrate, 15 milliliters, retails for $42. The Hydrating Accelerator is $35, and this Vital Balm Cream is $45. So I'm gonna tell you all the things. I'm gonna go into a little bit of detail about the Hydration Boost Concentrate. I'll tell you how I've been liking it, how I've been using it, and then I brought some comparable products that I thought we could talk about, because I feel like at least that's how I like to think about and talk about products, is comparatively, and I feel like it's always useful to think about what this is or isn't like and helps you slot it into your skincare routine. Before we get into the review, I just want to say thank you to the L'Amour et La Musique Patreon community. If you are interested in additional L'Amour content, I'm very active over there. I do one bonus video every month. I do individual one-on-one video chats with people. They're called Petit Conseils, where people ask questions or want to talk about certain things, and I do a individualized video recording. And I do 2 or 3 live stream videos every month. They're mostly get ready with me's, but sometimes I do skincare routines, a lot of behind the scenes type of stuff. So if you're interested in that, you can always go to patreon.com/l'amour-et-la-musique. Links and all the information you need is always down below. I feel like that's such an old school, redundant YouTube thing that we do, but everything will be down there. Okay, first let's talk about the non-essential must-have designation, which you don't often hear a brand saying that you don't need this particular product, right? And I think that it's intentional and thoughtful, you know, not like constantly trying to push products down your throat. Like, very opposite, in my opinion, to something like Drunk Elephant, who's like, let's use 10 products that are going to disrupt your skin, and then here's another bunch of products to restore your skin, and like get trapped in this cycle. So this is not that, which I really appreciate. I've actually met Josh in person before. It was one of the very first PR events I went to at Full Lane in Boston, probably 4 years ago at this point. It's when Oculus had just been released. I think people think he's really, really sweet on social media. He is exactly the same in person. He's just such a good-hearted, really, really nice guy. Importantly, this is oil-free and essential oil-free, which I think is just a nice kind of product for everybody to have, regardless of if you use oils or if you're okay with essential oils. They say in the insert that it optimizes the Hydrating Accelerator, so you are supposed to always use these two together, and then optional, top it with the Vital Balm Cream or a balm of your choosing, which I'll get into. Optimizes Hydrating Accelerator by delivering concentrated botanical hyaluronic acid, moisture-attracting humectants, and potent phytonutrient actives for a feeling of plump hydration. The superpower ingredients listed are aloe vera, Indian senna seed, which Josh, I feel, tends to formulate a lot with. I feel like I've seen it in a lot of his ingredient lists. Horse chestnut, horsetail, cacao, another favorite ingredient of his, and neem. So a lot of ingredient overlap across his products. The pro tip here is to use 2 drops within 60 seconds of the Hydrating Accelerator to achieve the ultimate J glow. Josh Rosebrook glow. I think that's really cute. All of the packaging is very minimal and consistent throughout the whole brand. I really enjoy the packaging. I think it looks beautiful on a vanity. I was surprised to see that this came in such a small package. For some reason, I thought that this would be, you know, more of kind of like a full-size type of product like this, but it is very concentrated. You definitely don't need more than 2 to 3 drops. It looks like this. I don't know if you can sort of see the consistency of it going on. I find you do kind of, as opposed to just a sweeping motion, I do feel like a patting on motion is very, very helpful with this. My least favorite thing about it is probably the smell. It's not overtly offensive at all, and it's certainly not a deal breaker with the product, but it has a, I almost want to say like a slight vinegary type of smell to me. It reminds me of the Marie Veronique Christina Holy Balancing Hypotonic, which smells actually very strongly of vinegar. For some reason, that's what this registers to me as. But it's just kind of an herbal, apple-y type of smell, like an apples and hay kind of smell, I guess. Also reminds me perhaps of the Audacity Immortelle, I think it's called, toner. The smell definitely does dissipate on the skin, and it's not something that you're continuing to smell back. As for how this has been on my skin, first time I used it was in the evening. My inclination with this product was to use it at night. That inclination was correct. I have also used it in the morning, and for me this is definitely a PM product. I was surprised actually at how sticky and tacky it does feel, which is primarily why I would prefer to use it at night and not in the morning. The first time I used it after a double cleanse, I applied 2 or 3 drops, I can't quite remember. Actually, I think I over applied the first time I used it. And then I went over with the hydrating accelerator. The order in which you do that, I think you could just experiment with. There's no right or wrong way to layer your skincare products. This is something that has been at the forefront of my mind. I mean, I've thought about it a lot over the years, but it's been a really conscious thing I've been thinking about with all of my In Fiore revisiting that I've been doing the last couple of months, because they have a very novel way of approaching product layering, which involves oil first and then toner. So I've been wanting to put an oil or an active product down right away and then topping it with a toner. And I think you'll find if you experiment with toner first, then this versus this first, then toner, you do get a bit of a different consistency and feel on the skin. And I think it's just gonna kind of boil down to personal preference. I always feel like if I do toner on top of an oil serum or oil serum, I get a little bit more of a plumpness. The first time I used it, I did this toner, and then I think I topped it with a little bit of the Inlight line softener, which I actually meant to bring in here, but is still sitting in my bathroom. I personally am not the biggest fan of the Vital Balm Cream. In fact, I wouldn't even say I'm not the biggest fan. I'm neutral on it. I have tried it in the past. This is what it looks like. In fact, this actually looks like a much pale, this used to be, I feel, a brighter blue. It's quite pale now. Just have other balms that I feel like work a little bit better with my skin. Personally, on the spectrum of balms, I find this one to be actually a little bit too much for me. I think if you are a dry skin type, this is amazing. For a normal and anything to the oilier combination side of normal, I would just say experiment and use with caution. I found it to be slightly too occlusive on me, and I prefer a balm that almost seems to melt into an oil a little bit more. But this is really beautiful in formulation, and I know a lot of people who really like it. I didn't use any oil when I used this. I mean, I guess I used the solidified balm, the solidified oils in the balm, but I don't really consider that the same thing as using a straight oil on the skin. So this balm, I wake up in the morning, skin was very happy. The first thing I noticed, not exaggerating, I felt like my 11 lines were less noticeable, and that's never something that I can visibly notice depending on any skincare that I use, but I felt like my 11 lines were like less pronounced. That's really the place on my face right now that I notice the most as far as an overt sign of skin aging. I continued to use it at night. I don't think I used it the next night, but I used it another night. I feel like I got kind of the same result, and then I wanted to try it in the morning. So I think the day before yesterday, I did kind of the same thing. I did this toner, and I forget, I may have done a couple drops of oil and then topped with sunscreen. I use Velo probably, which is what I use most days. And I have to say I don't personally like it in the morning because of the tacky feel that I feel like it imparts to the skin, that I actually did feel impeded my normal makeup application. Not significantly, but for someone that is attuned to those kind of like more granular textural issues and how products play on your skin, I wasn't the biggest fan of it under makeup. And I generally wait, I would say, anywhere between half an hour to an hour or more between morning skincare and doing makeup. So again, I think it's going to be personal preference. It really depends on how quickly your skin is going to drink this up. But I personally feel that this is better utilized in the evening, and it kind of helps with the skin repair and hydration quenching overnight. With all the ways that I've been experimenting with it, I haven't had any issues with pilling, which I know is a very common issue a lot of people experience. I've only ever experienced product pilling once, and it was actually with Josh Rosebrook products and how they were playing with Jordan Samuel skin products, but that was many years ago at this point, and I think I rectified it. I think it was layering Jordan Samuel Hydrate, which is, I guess you could consider it to be his version of this, but much more simple. And it was how that was playing with the Josh Rosebrook Nutrient Day Cream. But I've never had any issues with product pilling since then. So I've had no issues with pilling, with layering this with different stuff. I don't feel like I really need to belabor much else about these two products. I feel like I've reviewed this extensively elsewhere. I have nothing bad to say about it. I really enjoy it. It works equally well as a skin toner or a skin refresh throughout the day. The scent is divine. It's vanilla marshmallowy, and it's a really nice departure, I feel like, from a lot of toners in the eco-organic beauty sphere, which tend to be more lavender, jasmine, rose, or sort of some of the predominant scents in toners, which are totally fine, but this is really beautiful. I think everybody loves this product. And then I can tell you that my favorite face balms that I would use in lieu of this, first would be the Inlight Line Softener, which Inlight has just become such a top brand for me. They really have stood the test of, do I keep thinking about the products after I'm done with them? And the answer is yes. I actually just ordered a full size of the face cleanser and the floral tonic after going through full sizes of them within the last year. And I kept thinking about them, and I just needed to have them back, especially going into fall and winter. So the line softener is I primarily will use it around the eyes, but I also will take a very, very small amount, like half a pea-sized amount, and press it as a last step in a skincare routine. And it's kind of perfection. That box, I believe, is still available at a special rate under the limited edition boxes on the Beauty Heroes site. My other favorite balm that you can get at Beauty Heroes is the Kerry Gran 365 balm. I absolutely love that one. Okay, now why don't we quickly talk about where this hydration boost concentrate sits with respect to other products that jumped to mind, I guess, when I thought about this. Now, the thing that I think it's probably closest to, in my opinion, is the old generation Provise 1-6 tonic. Now, it's certainly not the same. I would consider the old generation of this product to be quite similar to Jordan Samuel Hydrate, or to some extent the Activist Active Hydration Serum. I personally don't really care for the new formulation of the Provise. I've been meaning to do a comparative review of the old gen and the new gen for like years now. The Active Hydration Serum from Activist, very similar. In fact, I would say more liquidy. So, but has quite a silky feel. So texture-wise, these are actually all quite similar. The Hydration Boost Concentrate definitely leaves more of a tacky finish on the skin, and I feel like the real benefit of this product is that it seems like it continues to work over time, whereas I feel like these are a bit more of like an initial hit, and they don't have kind of the same lingering effect. Now, the other ones that I brought out, because I think it's somewhat similar now in terms of the herbal element, kind of the skin regenerating herbal element, Stark Everlasting. Now, consistency wise, they're quite different. This is effectively a liquid, but I would apply this in the same way that I would apply this. Like I wouldn't use these together. To me, this is sort of an either or. Everlasting, however, I like to use in the morning because it doesn't have that tacky finish. This being more of a daily antioxidant, anti-pollution effect. I, in fact, use this, I guess, more in lieu of a toner than I would something like this, but these two together would be too much for my skin. Now, another type of product, again, that's sort of an either or, would be the Aloha Youth Serum. Now, this came in last month's 5-year anniversary box. I have to say, I have had the Olina Face Oil and now the Aloha Youth Serum by Honua in the heaviest of heavy rotations. I actually like these products more now than when I first tried them 2 years ago. I cannot stop reaching for them. They are so good. This is much more of a creamy emulsion type of product, but I do feel, again, that it gives kind of like a skin plumping effect. My hands are literally saturated in hydrating products. The Honua Aloha Youth Serum along with Stark Everlasting, these are more daytime appropriate products, whereas I feel like this is nighttime appropriate. Now, the last one to mention, which I have to because it's been competing with this for my nighttime hydration step. Do you have any guesses as to what it is? It's the Infiore Transparence Botanical Water Concentrate. New purchase for me. If you haven't been following me on Instagram, I did like a whole visual ode to the Infiore purchases that I recently made, and I did a Patreon live stream last week using this for the first time. This is a toner, lotion, essence, part of Infiore's Made in Japan line. So this is a type of product that's much more common in Asia. So anyone that's really into K-beauty or just Asian beauty in general would be more familiar with a product like this. When I use this, I literally just use oil and then this. I don't even need to put a balm over top when I use this. It's that heavy hitting of a product. Yeah, I guess I just wanted to show you this because, again, it's an either or for me. With this, I do feel like sometimes I want to put a few drops of oil over top or a balm, but if you want to stick oil free, also this has essential oils in it and this is essential oil free. I think the Stark also does have some essential oils in it. Yeah, and the Honua does too. It has ylang ylang, rosemary, but pretty minimal. They're pretty low on the ingredient list. So I think the real take-home point with this is if you are sensitive and dry, I think this would be an amazing product. If you want to give your skin, you know, a little vacation from oils or essential oils, or you need to avoid them kind of indefinitely, really great option. And it kind of does exactly what it promises to do. I saw immediate visible results. My only issue with it is that it's competing with lots of other products I have. It's not as versatile, I guess, because to me, it's primarily an evening product. I think that's where we're landing for the review of this box. The only other thing I could tell you is the LAMOUR promotion for October is a deluxe travel size of the Lil Fox Amazon After Dark Melty Jungle Cleansing Balm. I've actually never tried this product, I don't think, but I do love a cleansing balm. Proceeds from purchases, I think, during the month of October are going to be donated to the Rainforest Alliance. If you are a Beauty Heroes member, you always save 15% off in the Beauty Heroes store. Beauty Heroes has opened their brick and mortar location in Novato, California. So if you are in the area, I highly recommend going to check it out, and I will live vicariously through you because they were not open yet when I was there in August, but the next time I'm in the Bay Area, I will of course be going to check it out. The images look so beautiful on social media. So if you're interested in becoming a Beauty Heroes member, I will have all the information down below. You can now do box at a time. They don't have a minimum 3-month subscription anymore. So if you just wanted to pick up the Josh Rosebrook box for October, you can do that. Thank you guys so much for being here and watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.